Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. I'm running late once again. Sorry, just refreshing something for you here on how I share information. Uh, but title of the video is JP at J Hole. At 10 o'clock today. That's when the real fun starts. Looking back at yesterday, kind of it was an inside day for both the NQ and the ES, right in the middle of value area, but held between that. 63.50, right? We didn't even get quite down to there yesterday. The high was a little bit over 63.90, so under that 6400 once again, and then just kind of kicking it there. As we look at the volatility, once the opening bell rang, which is right here where this shadow box starts, the volatility did pick up uh, yesterday on Wednesday and on Thursday. But you had lots of action that was, uh, 100-point pullbacks, 100-point rips up. You had 165 was the high on the rip up. You had 160, 155 or 145 on the rip down, but lots of hundreds, lots of 75 to 80s back and forth on the NQ. As we look at where what that did to structure, right? Just nothing really going on, just sitting here. Notice how small these value areas are, even though we had, went up. There was no volume in these moves up, or no volume in the moves down. Look how far away these value areas are from the highs and the lows yesterday. So very concentrated for everything except for the Russell yesterday. Um, Looking at untested points of control, we took out a lower point of control. So now we've got 63.88 quarter was yesterday. And we skipped under 64.33. So we could get a test back up towards that once again. And if we look, and this is probably the chart that I like the best, just for pure simplicity. We keep hitting this 23,000 60 level basically, which was the pullback low on August 5th, right? So we've got one, two, three, four, and the overnight low. So four full sessions and then the overnight low from last night there. So you can bet there's a lot of stops under there. So if we take out the low, there should be enough power to go through. And my guess is it would probably go through this low of 780 as well, and maybe just play keep away down here before it does whatever it does next. But you could see a very minor consolidation in a tight range under that 22,800 potentially. And then as you look again, the Nasdaq would have had to have gotten to 63.23. So I'll be watching these levels as well, just for basic support and resistance as Powell's on the mic. So this is where the ES would be basing if all things were equal. So as if the Nasdaq does get that stop run at some point today, uh, what I'll be watching to see if the ES finds support at this level or not. So basically, it's riding the highs from August 1st through August 6th. That's where these pullback lows are coming from on it. And as you look at the overnight session, you know, uh, just a quick flush down again right at 2:30 in the morning when there's nobody trading. But it's letting traders know, right, that currently below 23,140, there's really no interested sellers at this point. No one wanted to get short in the hole coming into Jackson Hole today. Looking at positioning, there's not a lot on the SPX that you can hang your hat on. Today is the weekly expiration, so you got the big 50 markers, and you got 64.25 to 64.40 as a little range, then 60.50, and then you got a little bit of action up to 64.80. Then the call wall for today and long term is 6,500 at this point in time. And remember, at 6,505, you got that JPM short strike. And as we look at this, you got 620s here uh, as the low for the week. We're currently trading 637, so that would be 150-point drop on the ES to get down there. So that's probably not on the table. Could we get down to 630? For sure, we could drop 70 points at some point today. Not saying we will, but that's definitely in the doable range. And you can see the put wall for today is at 635. That would only be about another 23 points down from where we're currently trading. And you can see there is some gamma at 643 as well. Looking at the Qs in the same way real quick, you got 580 is the call wall for next week, and then you got 570 is the call wall for today, and we're currently trading uh, 564, so that would be about a little over another 200 points higher than we're currently trading right now. And then you've got the 567, 565, and then it's just a normal, right? 560 should be the low, and 570 to 575 should be the high. If you really get the squeeze on, you could get a test of 580 at some point in time. So I've been trying to tweak this a little bit to make it better. So I've moved down the Qs next to the NQ on the tick charts and the SPY next to the ES. So these lines that are on here are trying to mimic the yellow, and the red lines are trying to mimic this chart, and the burnt orange are trying to mimic this SPX chart. So as you look at it now, I have added in, uh, you can see where the call wall and the put walls are for the day. I've got tags, so they're all sitting up here for today at 6,500. Um, that would be 130 points higher than we're currently trading, or when we closed yesterday. We're currently up 15, so that'd be about 100, 20 points higher. That is definitely within the realm of reason, believe it or not. As far as volatility goes, it probably won't happen, but it is definitely in the realm of possibilities. The put wall today is down at 6,300 for the day, and that would be, that drop of around 70 points from where we closed yesterday, or around 85 right now. That is also definitely on the table. You can see in the Qs the overnight low was that 560 we continue to contend with, and again there was really no action to speak of, even under 562 half. uh, so we'll go from there. So when you look at these, you can scroll left on the chart for the Qs and the SPY to see where the put and the call walls are. And if you don't see them, scrunch them down. And I'll have this updated here uh, before I send out this chart in the morning. So we'll go from there. So I hope this helps. We'll see what Jack's looking at, and keep in mind this is probably going to be fairly volatile while he's on the mic. We'll get just algos getting fills where they want to get out of positions, to be honest with you, and where they might want to accumulate a little bit more. If you see a quick flash one way or the other that's rejected, right? That was just them getting out of some bad trades. If you see them consolidating, that's them accumulating, right? You can accumulate shorts or you can accumulate longs. Don't always think that you're accumulating longs because they can just, bat it around like a ping pong table here for us. But I hope this helps. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see how this Jackson Hole goes. And it'll probably set up more next week than it will today. Today will probably just be a little bit of a mess. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see what Jack's looking at next.